There won't be any more saves or thefts as The Voice Season 28 knockouts draw to a close. Fans may use the official Voice app to vote for the musician they would most like to see take part in the Rose Parade on New Year's Day 2026 starting on November 24. The 4 artists that receive the mic drop will shortly be revealed. But what comes next? The playoffs occur between knockout matches and live events. Unlike head-to-head battles where artists only have to worry about outshining one other member of their team, coaches will evaluate their teams holistically and choose one. Yes, only one artist to go to the live shows. But how are the other 2 selected when a total of 6 performers will be brought to lives? Out of the artists that the coaches did not promote, fans will choose 2 for the live shows. There has never been anything like this in the history of the Voice playoffs. From these 6 musicians, the audience will next choose the ultimate voice champion, as is customary. The goal of the playoff performance is to be the team's best artist. If you don't, you'll be sent home. Coaches may send 2 artists to progress in some previous seasons, but in Season 28, they can only choose 1. Longtime Voice followers were surely ecstatic to see artists join forces for the battles for the first time, while the mic drop is a new aspect to the knockouts. But the surprises in the blind auditions began with the Clarkson callback card, which gave host Carson Daly the ability to bring back an artist who didn't get any chair turns and give them another chance to try out. Backstage, Daly remarked, "We rarely get a cool alt-rock artist on the show anymore," while providing singer Ryan Mitchell with this exceptional chance. "I see coaches let great singers like yourself fall through the cracks sometimes, and I've never been able to do anything about it until right now. Ryan, here is the Clarkson callback card. Simply put, you're too excellent to let go. Choose a different tune." Daly sent Mitchell home to practice, saying, "Ryan, you have 24 hours to get ready for this second and final chance." Mitchell's rocker rendition of "Baby One More Time" the following day prompted Reba McEntire to give him a last-minute boost. The fact that he is still competing is proof that first impressions may be deceiving. Daly likes his position as the backseat guide for the artists. "I really enjoy serving as their host. My least favorite part of it all is being on TV. But I think you see that during the auditions, where you're kind of the show's ambassador to the families and make sure they're comfortable." Daly told TODAI in 2021, "I'm living and dying with them, you know. When they get a chair to spin, I'm just yelling and jumping up and down. And when they don't make it on the show, I'm hugging them and offering them Kleenex. They will be more in need of Daly than ever because of the pressure of the approaching playoffs. In reality TV, there are times when things tremor rather than just trend. The audience hushing without being asked, the stage lights appearing crisper, and all of the producers in the control room leaning forward because they know something remarkable is happening. Fans and even seasoned coaches are in a state of surreal amazement after The Voice's Season 28 created one of those infrequent moments, a turning point unlike anything else in the show's 13-year existence. Throw out everything you believe to be true about The Voice, including the recurring themes, foreseeable storylines, and recognizable beats of pain and victory. Following this season's knockouts, the program has reached a new level of popularity. There is a historic event taking place that feels more significant than a singing competition, and more poignant than the season finale of a fictional television show. Even seasoned instructors like Snoop Dogg, Gwen Stefani, and Kelly Clarkson couldn't stop discussing it both on and off camera. And the knockouts' destruction of all expectations is where it all started. A round of knockouts that revolutionized chaos and ingenuity in the past. Knockouts have been used to settle the score following battles. They are well organized, high stakes, and clean. However, the knockouts of Season 28 were a night of well-planned anarchy, or perhaps more accurately, wonderfully unorganized chaos. The previously unknown contestants suddenly became well-known. Powerhouses faltered. The stage was eaten by the underdogs as if they had been hoarding fire for years. "This is the most unpredictable knockouts we've ever filmed," the producers said as soon as taping was finished. However, it was transformation rather than merely unpredictability. Something extraordinary occurred for the first time in the history of the show. A radical change in leadership occurred on every single team. Favorites were brought in by the coaches. With fresh front runners, they left. An upheaval of this size? unknown. The events that followed the knockouts, however, are what are changing the course of history. An artist's crop that comes only once every generation, the ensemble of Season 28, is referred to the insiders as the strongest overall vocal lineup the show has ever assembled. That initially sounds like standard promotional hype. However, the data and responses indicate different. Before the programs even aired, 4 knockout performances went viral. Before lives even started, 3 finalists concurrently charted on iTunes, and studio versions' streaming figures shattered pre-live show records. The most startling aspect, though? Fans think that every coach has at least one player who can win the entire season. All 4 coaches have a real chance of winning a sweep of the titles going into the live shows. It has never occurred before. One super team typically dominates the talk during a season. However, Season 28, the skill is dispersed equally throughout, creating a perfect storm. This is the first season where I genuinely don't know who's going to the final, Kelly Clarkson said backstage. Not even my own team can be guessed. While pacing the rehearsal space, Snoop Dogg provided his own kind of shocked commentary, saying, "This ain't normal. These children are not like the others." Gwen, too. She appeared to be watching history rather than TV. The first in history. A 4-way draw for the title of most likely winner, following the knockouts. Forecasts from independent fan forums, the producer's survey, and the audience vote all pointed to the impossibility of 4 competitors tied for the title of most likely to win Season 28, 1 from each squad. In 28 seasons, this has never occurred before. The quartet of artists, making the unimaginable bond fans, likened 17-year-old indie soul singer Team Kelly to a teenage Billie Eilish, dipped in vintage R&B honey because of her hurting and clean vocals. Team Snoop, a storyteller with a gravel voice who gave a knockout performance of a country rap fusion song that left the crowd cheering, crying, and unsure of the genre they had just heard. The eccentric pop-rock force Team Gwen has a captivating stage presence and acts as if they've swallowed a lightning bolt and chosen to keep it buzzing inside of them. Videos of Team Chance's warm-ups alone have received millions of views, demonstrating their incredible range as a gospel pop vocalist. Every artist occupies a separate lane. A distinct aspect of American music culture is embodied by each of them. Additionally, each one has the kind of fan support that usually propels a vocalist to the night of the finale. The Voice has never produced a season in which every team seemed evenly matched going into the finals. Producers verify a prolonged rumor. There will be another twist. In addition to changing the competition, the knockouts' aftermath caused a backroom flurry at NBC. As social media exploded, ratings surged, and 4 possible winners rose in tandem. Officials advanced a strategy that had been whispered for years. An unprecedented twist in the middle of the season. What insiders leaked is as follows. All 4 of the tied frontrunners will be involved. This will take place before to the semifinals. Eliminations will operate differently as a result. America will have more power than before. Fans speculate that it could be a crossover duet round with 4 competitors, a showdown with 2 performances. Expanded voting with an instant save twist, a coach swap performance in the midst of the season. This twist is only happening because Season 28's talent is historically strong, producers made clear to the media. The twist would have been put on hold for another season, or possibly forever, if not for the historic tie. The coaches are dissecting, in the greatest TV way. Each coach's response to the knockout's conclusion alluded to the same unstated reality. They all don't feel secure. They all don't feel safe. I don't think any of them are the best. Known for her unwavering self-assurance, Kelly acknowledged that she has never felt this nervous after knockouts. Normally unconcerned, Snoop admitted on air that he might lose the entire situation, or get it, or bind. "I have no idea what program this is anymore, man. Every season is emotional, but this one feels iconic," Gwen stated, as sincere as ever. Chance chuckled and remarked, "This is history. Never before has The Voice been so evenly distributed." Fans thrive on the mayhem, and producers adore the suspense. Before the live performances even start, every coach response, every backstage video, and every rehearsal go viral. There are 4 strong armies among the fan base. By the middle of the season, the fan base of one side usually takes over. However, Season 28 has given rise to something very different. 4 fan armies that are equally strong and fervent. Social media appears to be a virtual battleground. Hashtag Team Legend. Team Snoop's genre-bending storyteller. Hashtag Team Electric. Team Gwen's rock pop thunderbolt. Hashtag Team Hollow. Team Chance's gospel pop angel. Hashtag Team Firefly. Team Kelly's indie soul prodigy. These groupings are enormous, and they aren't going anywhere. Portraits are being drawn by fan artists. Multi-part modifications are being made by TikTok accounts. Spreadsheets for vote planning abound on Twitter/X. Though there wasn't a 4-army conflict even in Season 13, this degree of early season fervor hasn't been witnessed since then. This is a treasure trove for NBC. For the competitors, it's unreal. For the coaches, it's frightful. One season that seems greater than the others. The way this historic change is impacting the show's tone is the most bizarre and magical aspect of it. The room has changed in some way. Even through the television, you can sense it. Now, the competitors are doing more than just singing. They are embarking on a new journey. There is a feeling of unity and a common conviction that Season 28 is unique, exceptional, and nearly legendary. This season is going to be legendary, even the ousted contestants have said. This feels like the first season that will be talked about in documentaries someday, said one crew member in the greatest possible words. Historic isn't a buzzword. It's literal. And after that, everyone was shocked by the leaked final prediction. NBC predicts which candidates have the best probability of winning each season by analyzing internal metrics, voting trends, and analytics. 26 times out of 27 times, such prophecies have come true. However, the post-knockout examination of Season 28 produced the following outcome. A statistical tie with 4 possible outcomes. For the first time in the history of the show. What does it mean? Anything might happen in the finals. One performance could change the result. The winner might be determined by a 1% vote difference. This degree of intimacy creates history rather than just television. The entire franchise's future is being reshaped by Season 28. Due to this momentous post-knockout change, NBC has already started talking about Season 29's new knockout formats, increased live rounds, a potential setup for the 4-coach final, restoring the format from this season indefinitely. Season 28 is changing the DNA of The Voice, according to one executive. It goes beyond a season. This is a pivotal moment, a turning point, the type of season that coaches in the future will research. For decades to come, contestants will make reference to the sort. The fans will discuss it as if it were folklore. In conclusion, history is already here and won't be coming. The Voice following the knockout Season 28 is more than just a contest. It's more than just thrilling. It's not merely erratic, it's historic. The future of this season will determine its history, but one thing is certain. Season 28 of The Voice is unlike any previous season. The entire globe is observing.